in this new month of August. This is a special month when we celebrate our departed national heroes and our forces for their gallantry in defending the sovereignty of our country. In this past month of July, we have been inundated with several of our comrades succumbing to the dreaded COVID-19 pandemic. The same month of July has realized high infection and death rates. This has really been unprecedented, as we have continuously recorded an average of 50 deaths per day. Now, that's a lot. These are human lives. We are, however, encouraged by the appetite to vaccinate by the whole nation, which now stands at 1,562,285 for the first dose and 730,000 for the second dose. Cumulatively, we have now achieved the 2 million mark as we strive to meet herd immunity. We should take heed to ensure that all our constituencies do not become complacent as the realization that this pandemic is real is now dawning on the nation. We are also equally concerned by the high infection rates in Masvingo and other areas, and we're hoping that stringent COVID-19 measures will be implemented. The provincial roadshows by the Vice President and Second Secretary, Colonel Retired KCD Mohadi, in which he is drumming up the issue of observance of the COVID-19 protocols, is quite significant and appropriate in these trying times, and urge that the same message is rallied across all provinces. Here at party headquarters, the interventions implemented by our Secretary for Health and the elderly as it relates to constant COVID-19 testing, vaccinations, and control of human traffic frequenting the premises is gradually bringing sanity and orderliness. We should continue on this path to minimize our staff from being exposed to this scourge. Comrades, we are now in a busy period which is interspaced by several activities and short lead timeframes. Just to mention a few key activities, that is, the cell restructuring is ongoing, but we need to be guided on card issuance. What are the plans on the party wings elections? What is the progress on the compilation of the manifesto? And we'll be led through some of those issues by the comrades as indicated in the agenda. We need a progress report on the virtual conference and preparations for the Heroes' Day commemorations. These are some of the headwinds which need to be attended to. On the virtual conference, I would like to thank the conference coordinating technical committee on their successful site visit to Bindura, Mashonaland Central. Since the determination by the Politburo that the only viable option for the conference is to go virtual, time is not on our side. The Information Communication Technology Department is the lead department of this conference. I'm informed that a multi-stakeholder engagement forum comprising of the Ministry of Information, Portras, Net1, Tel1, and other relevant agencies has been constituted and will be meeting on a weekly basis to concretize this project. Equally, the virtual meeting preparations will be a standing agenda point at all policy and coordinating meetings. Led by Comrade Ambassador Chris Mutswangwa and other party departments, I urge that we all pull together to ensure that the conference is a success. Comrade Mutswangwa will later present to this meeting the overall framework and the model of how the virtual conference will be conceptualized and implemented, as this will be high-tech. Comrades, the theme for this year's conference still needs to be finalized, and I urge the Department of Information and Publicity to speed up this process. This has a direct bearing on the paraphernalia to be manufactured and other concomitant messages. The party wings will have to tailor their conference preparations along the theme still to be finalized. As such, from an administrative perspective, today is the first call for all departments to submit their annual reports to the Legal Affairs Department as they commence with compilations for the conference report. More importantly, the virtual conference and manifesto committee should ready itself for an initial submission at the next Politburo meeting. Joint meetings with the Office of the President, OPC, on the manifesto should constantly be held as time is not on our side. On the party wings activities, I would like to acknowledge the collaboration between the women and the youth wings, which was translated through the national dress and party regalia showcasing. We need more of these joint activities. We also want to congratulate the youth on their new creativity of an array of competition activities lined up to commemorate the National Heroes Day celebrations. Such activities should not be a once-off, but should continue as we embark on mobilization to attend the 5 million membership votes for the 2023 harmonized national elections. On the civil society organizations' activities, we want to applaud the blitz on NGOs, private voluntary organizations, trusts, and similar organizations that are taken by the Harare Metropolitan Council. This exercise should be replicated in other provinces, as the NGO sector has been awash with detractor narratives subtly aimed at demonizing our party and its activities. As we embark on our mobilization, civil society activities will mushroom, hence the need for our security to constantly monitor their activities. On the economic side, at the presentation of the mid-year budget review to the nation, the Honorable Minister of Finance and Economic Development, Comrade Professor Mthuli Ncube, highlighted a positive outlook of the growth of the economy at an average of 7.8%. This is in the midst of the dilapidating COVID-19 pandemic. This growth path is a most welcome development which will translate to our constituencies being cushioned from inflationary pressures. We wish this economic growth trajectory to continue as it will harness our 2023 election campaign. It is also not taking that our country has outperformed our regional peers, which puts us in good stead as a formidable former liberation movement party which wants to emancipate its people from poverty and economically empower them. Given the increasing foreign direct investment in the country and oil exploration by investors in the Zambezi Valley, more specifically in Muzarabani, we welcome the increased deployment of soldiers by SADC to quell the situation in the Cabo Delgado province in Mozambique. And lastly, we will be communicating to you the date for the next Politburo meeting after consultations with His Excellency, the President and First Secretary, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. And I want to thank you once again, comrades, for having listened to this, the opening remarks.